When you sense that something is too quiet, too subtle to instantly grab attention, yet there's that unmistakable feeling. Something major is quietly coming. Together behind the curtains, that's precisely the mood surrounding Apple's next-generation set-top box, the tentative Apple TV 4K 2025, while the tech world and mainstream headlines focus almost exclusively on iPhones, MacBooks, and the latest iPads. Apple appears to be quietly repositioning a less glamorous device, the Apple TV, to become the central nerve center of your living room. Your smart home interface, your entertainment hub, and even your predictive ambient intelligence platform. The silence is part of the strategy. Look around in Apple stores or authorized resellers and you'll increasingly spot dwindling inventory of Apple TV units or HomePod mini units. This is not a coincidence but a signal. A soft whisper from the supply chain that a refresh is in the offing. A deeper dive into firmware leaks, internal identifiers hidden in tvOS builds, and code flags referencing hardware that doesn't yet exist, all point to a very deliberate roadmap. Apple is preparing to advance into the smart home and living room arena far beyond just streaming video. Case in point, the newly released tvOS 26 already brings a revamped interface dubbed Liquid Glass, smoother and expanded AirPlay and HomeKit integration, enriched FaceTime support, profile-based transitions, and enhanced sharing experiences. But underneath that visible layer lies code referencing future hardware identifiers, camera flags, AI hooks, and custom silicon. These aren't errors, they're breadcrumbs Apple is scattering for sharp-eyed engineers, analysts, and tech insiders. One of the most talked about rumors is that the next Apple TV 4K will adopt the A17 Pro chip, or equivalent Apple Silicon, rather than simply incrementally improving the current A15 or A16 series. That's a substantial leap. Instead of just being a streaming box, the device could deliver near console-level performance, real-time on-device AI processing, and new interactive smart home entertainment features we've only glimpsed thus far. Imagine your Apple TV not only playing movies and apps, but predicting what you'll want to watch next, adjusting picture and sound automatically based on your ambient lighting and viewing habits, or responding before you finish a command. On the connectivity front, there are rumors of a custom new wireless chip supporting Wi-Fi 6E, or even Wi-Fi 7, integrated Thread Matter for smart home IoT compatibility, ultra-low latency Bluetooth, and a unified chip that lets your streaming box also act as smart home hub. That means all your lights, locks, sensors, cameras, and speakers talk faster, more reliably, more intelligently. Your living room stops being passive and becomes responsive. One of the juiciest whispers is the addition of a built-in camera. References in tvOS internals indicate future hardware supports FaceTime camera flags, meaning the next Apple TV might double as a communication hub. Picture this, you're seated on your couch, and instead of grabbing your iPhone or iPad for FaceTime, you simply use the TV, gesture control, wave your hand, pinch in the air, nod to confirm selection, maybe voice or glance to navigate. If Apple pulls this off while respecting user privacy and security, it could be a seismic shift in how we use the living room screen. Design-wise, don't expect Apple to do a radical U-turn. The external aesthetic is likely to remain true to the minimalist black puck or small box form factor we've all grown used to. But beneath the shell, we should see refinements, improved thermal architecture, quieter fans, more efficient power draw, higher bandwidth I/O, maybe even a thinner profile or alternate finish. The upgrade will come more from inside than what you physically see, but hardware and rumor leaks are only half the story. There's a deeper strategic shift at play. Apple's ecosystem strategy is evolving. The company recently rebranded its streaming service from Apple TV Plus to simply Apple TV. That subtle change is powerful. It signals that Apple TV now refers not just to one device or one app, but the entire experience, hardware, software, service, and home integration. More rumors suggest Apple may introduce an ad-supported tier for the Apple TV streaming service as a way of broadening their footprint. The logic is clear. Once enough devices are out in the wild, services become the recurring revenue engine. Video, games, fitness, cloud, HomeKit subscriptions, and hardware becomes the gateway. Consider your life in the near future. You walk into your living room. Ambient lights tune down in sync with your schedule. The TV screen wakes up with the Apple TV 4K 2025 sitting below it. The system already knows your profile, anticipates your mood, cues your favorite show precisely as you sit down. Mid-episode, you pause for a drink. When you return, the box remembers the exact frame. Your partner enters the room. The profile automatically switches, offering recommendations based on their taste. You say, "Hey Siri, give me last night's game highlights." And the system skips the intro, tunes the picture and audio based on your eye tracking or environment, and adjusts HDR color for your ambient lighting. If the rumored camera is present, you might even launch a FaceTime call on the big screen or use hand gestures or voice commands to navigate menus. On the gaming side, armed with the A17 Pro or equivalent and Metal 3 enhancements, the box may deliver ray tracing, variable refresh rate, and console-style visuals, all while tucked under your TV with zero clutter. In short, your living room becomes smart, intuitive, predictive, and deeply personal. Still, with all that promise, there are risks. Privacy becomes the focal battleground. If your smart home, video calls, behavioral learning, gesture controls, and camera inputs are mediated by the new Apple TV, Apple must ensure user trust, no hidden profiling, no cloud mining of your viewing and home habits, strong on-device AI, strong anonymization. If the promise of intelligence without compromise falters, the whole narrative could lose credibility. What about timeline? Insiders suggest a reveal in late 2025, likely at an October or November event, or via a surprise press release. The timing aligns with Apple's historic product refresh rhythm, the holiday sales window, and the current low stock of existing models. Expect the device to land in November or December, perhaps in two variants, a base model for average users and a pro version for power users, gamers, or creators. Storage options may expand, bandwidth could improve, audio features might include spatial audio or upgraded HDMI specs, maybe even modular add-ons for gamers or home enthusiasts. From a user's vantage point, the gain is clear. A single unified wall of intelligence that merges entertainment, communication, ambient home control, and predictive UI. The legacy viewing box is gone. Instead, you get a responsive home hub that knows your preferences, anticipates your needs, and adapts. The downside? Traditional boundaries dissolve. The black stick under your TV might vanish. The remote may become optional. The concept of watch TV changes into live within my grand home ecosystem. If Apple delivers, this device might stand as one of the most important Apple launches in the next decade. Not the phone, not even the Mac, but the one box that lives under your screen and orchestrates everything around it. So keep your eyes peeled. Monitor inventory at Apple stores and channels. Watch firmware updates for hidden strings and identifiers. Analyze press releases for phrasing. Because when the new Apple TV 4K 2025 arrives, it won't just be an incremental upgrade. It might signal the next chapter of how we live, watch, control, and interact in our homes. This isn't simply about streaming shows. It's about blending intelligence, anticipation, privacy, and connectivity into the box you place beneath your screen. Apple has built its reputation on hardware plus software plus services, and this device could very well be the heart of that bet for the living room. When the lights dim and the stage glows with the Apple logo, don't expect just another gadget. Expect a rethink, a redefinition of the smart home experience. Because behind the scenes, the story is unfolding now, and soon enough, we will all witness the next evolution of the Apple ecosystem.